Morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing on this fine Saturday morning? Good morning, Craig. How are you?
Morning, brother. Can you hear me? 5 by 5. Can you hear me?
Craig,
No?
can't hear you.
You're
No.
messing with me. Are you messing with me?
What's going on? Can you
Oh,
hear
really?
me? Can
I
you hear me?
you. Yes. I hear you.
You hear me.
Wait. Let me check the crowd. If y'all can hear me, do a 4 by 4. If you can hear Mike, do a 5 by 5.
Remember when Jeff used to do that to you every
Oh, so
show?
you're messing with me right now. Shit. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cuss on the show. Dang it. You told me.
Oh, remember when Jeff
Yeah.
used to do that though? That
I
was
thought that was what was
some
going
fun
on,
stuff.
but you were really doing a good job of playing it off. So,
All right. Well,
good
how are
job.
you doing this morning?
Doing good, man.
Yeah,
Now that you
missed
can
you
hear me.
last week. I missed you last week. How did you get your uncle unstuck last week?
Yes. Look, man, I should have took video of that. Yeah, it was bad. Took about
bad, huh?
it took a tractor and another vehicle, my little side by side, to get it out. So
Ooh, he was stuck. He was
went
stuck.
went into a spot where he shouldn't have gone. Is what happened.
Yeah.
And it's real wet still here. So right now it's drying up, but the mud is at that. So there's a little water. It's just sticky mud. So it's the worst time.
Gotcha.
Oh, and
Well,
Reaper is in a tree right now. He
swinging
might,
in a tree.
yeah, he's probably going to do an all day sit. So he sent his regards.
We'll catch up with Reaper when he's done hunting. So I hope that he is successful. He harvests something, and
Yeah.
I hope even more than that. I hope he's got an opportunity to throw some cameras up and capture some video for us, because I'd really like to see it. So we'll see. I know that he is. I think last week he said he was on the trail of a big buck, and I don't think he was successful, but he's definitely out there trying to get her
Oh
done.
yeah, I got him on camera at least. I got 3 8-points, 2 which are really nice, a couple of 6 points, a couple of 4 points, a bunch of spike bucks, and about 9 mature does that I got to take. So
Wow, you got
yeah,
quite a few of them.
Yeah, I got a good bit, and then more will come into our area as the season progresses. So
Gotcha.
you'll see deer, because deer will go. A buck will travel 21 miles looking for during the rut.
No
As far
way.
as
21 miles.
as far as 21 miles.
So that is from
Mike, think about when you were a young man and the lengths you would go to find a woman.
That is no lie, Craig. I would
Yep.
I would drive more than 24 miles.
More than 24. Yeah. So they're walking it, but they'll do it.
Yeah.
And by the way,
All right.
I saw that Benjamin is here and he got 8 hours of sleep. Mike, I'm worried about our village here. We have a lot of insomniacs. I don't know if you noticed this. They stay up.
We have a lot of insomniacs. I mean, here it is Saturday morning. So they start off with us on the weekdays and stuff. They start off with you guys. Are you still doing the prayer and coffee?
We changed it up. Diamond, Lil, and I are doing a show Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. So
Okay.
it
So
does
they start off.
it gets
They
interfered
start
by
off
Big
there.
Hair Friday. Yes,
They
correct.
start off there. Then they
Actually,
hop
some
over
start way earlier than that. Some start.
Yeah. and then they hit the afternoon shows, and they hit the Jeff Riddle, and then they hit my show, and then after that they hit like Travis or Gigi or someone else. I mean, Liz, I know she's in the chat somewhere.
Oh,
I don't know how Liz does it. I see her from
everywhere.
start to finish almost every
Tracy
day.
Q, there's another one right there.
Yeah,
And
Tracy's always around.
Full Monty is like,
So there's another show. So Full Monty, they jump over on him in the morning or late evening or whatever. I think he's still trying to find his window. So he's not.
It's madness. They go hours, Mike. They go out like 5-hour broadcast. It's crazy. Sometimes 8-hour. Oh, by the way, Hawk's got his prayer-thon coming this afternoon. So
it starts at noon Pacific time, I believe.
Correct. So 3 Eastern, 2 Central. So, and that's on Hawks Mustard Seed 8.
Sue is one of our mods. She says guilty as accused.
She is very guilty.
Well, hey, good morning, everybody. Here's my first second cup of coffee. So good morning to everybody. Hope you're all enjoying your Saturday. Last Saturday was my birthday. Last Saturday I was in a hurry to get out of here and go spend my day. So we did a little over an hour. I said I was going to go like maybe 20-30 minutes. I ended up going almost 2 hours. I had Hawkeye. He jumped on here with me, and Heather. She jumped on here with me, and Monty came up as usual. So it was a fun time last week. We got into some survival stuff last week, and we talked about canned goods and survival stuff that you may or may not know. So some of you I saw in the chat, and I know the mods already told you, the big channel got taken down a couple days ago now. So we are on Liberty Warrior Nation channel 1, and we're building that one up right now. It's a little frustrating, but it is what it is. Later today, I'm probably going to be working on channel 3, trying to build that one up too. Because listen, I really believe, and I'm not going to get into the politics of YouTube, but I really think they're coming after us, Craig. So, be prepared. Be prepared, my brother. Be prepared, because
they just really got me on a video. Yeah, they took me down for Big Hair Friday. Alan Pisa and I, all copyright, but we had a great time, and we knew it was going to happen. We just wanted to play music. Went back down memory lane, and I think we're going to try. And well, I'll see what happens. Because I know Ken Carson was a little upset because I sent the email to him, but it never got to him. And it really is his baby. And he wasn't able to go on because he had some computer issues, but Alan was ready to rock. So I take full responsibility for that.
Well, I'm preparing 3 and 4 just in case. Just in case they come at me. I think they're really gonna come after conservatives and patriots. I really do. So I have all kinds of contingency plans. I also have a podcast now, Craig. So I'll have to get you over on the podcast with me. That's pretty fun. It's a little different.
Yeah.
So all podcast is audio. You got your rooster again. It's all audio. But I record it through like a Zoom call, so we still see each other, and I record it and then I put it over on the podcast. So it's a pre-record on the podcast. It's not live.
Sounds cool. Yeah,
it's fun. I mean, it's just conversations, and things that we need to talk about. I got special guests lined up already to come on. So just one more thing that I'm working on, like everyone else. So I call people like Sue and Liz grasshoppers. They hop from and Monty is a grasshopper too. They hop from channel to channel throughout the day. So I'm a grasshopper because I hop from project to project to project.
Man, this is great. We have already coined them to grasshoppers. That is a great. Hello, grasshopper.
Yeah, they're YouTube hoppers. YouTube
hoppers. I saw John was in the chat saying he's John's not too far from me, and we're gonna get together and do a couple of hunts together.
Yeah, he's the one that won the hunt, right?
Yeah, he won the hunt. He won the contest. It's really there was no contest, Mike, but John lives about 45 minutes away.
Well, that's cool.
He also has a deer lease, so I figure maybe he needs to come and get into my mag. So. But no, it should be fun. But he's already looking at a 10-point that he's eyeballing. So best of luck, John.
Yeah,
they're tricky creatures.
So real quick, for any of you that have been hunting in the last week or fishing in the last week, and you guys got photos, or maybe you got old photos you'd like to share, you guys can send those to me real quick at libertywarriornation.com, and we'll bring them up on screen. We will take live calls today. I know Monty always likes coming up. We usually have Camel Carl jump in. Hawkeye is usually always around somewhere. Our neck of the woods usually around too. So we'll take new callers too.
Yes, let's hear from y'all.
This is the a lot of people get intimidated with the big channel when there's 2 or 3,000 people watching live. They kind of get intimidated. They don't want to call in and talk. But this is just about talking about the great outdoors. If you like to hike, if you like to metal detect, if you like to camp, fish, hunt, whatever, this is so relaxed and easy to deal with. Be a first time caller this morning when I drop that link. Come up here and tell us that damn rooster.
Oh, did you hear me? I'm sorry, I forgot. I thought I muted. But listen, this is great news. I also just won a contest. I won a contest to go hunt on John's lease, which is amazing.
There you go.
I didn't even know he was having a contest.
There you go. There you go.
All right, let me.
That's awesome. So we drew 4 names last night on the big channel. We drew 4 names last night for people who are members, the members. And so we gave away 4 badges last night. I think we're gonna try to do that every Friday. And again, I'm working on trying to get a silver coin, which it's not try. We will get. I want to get my financial stuff handled, and in the process, I'm gonna buy a couple extra silver coins, and we're gonna give those away on the show too, because I'm excited to give those away, the silver coins, because everybody could use a silver coin. Everyone, even you.
Yeah, John, don't get carried away and invite Monty down. That's a bad idea. I'm sorry. He was inviting Monty down to come on.
Oh boy,
I can imagine we'll be up all night and all day.
All right, well let's talk hunting and fishing. Let's talk about the great outdoors. So what have you been up to, Craig?
Extremely behind schedule. Yes.
What have you been working on?
Just planted food plots this week. So, but and people will think, they'll be like, what? You're just planting food plots, but you have to realize we're in the deep South. So my first frost probably won't be here for till probably January, maybe late December. So we got good time, and it's winter crop. So what we planted is suitable for.
So what do you plant? What do you plant this time of year?
We did. It's an Austrian pea or Austrian pea. That's what it is. Winter pea, oats, a gore wheat is like a filler wheat that's pretty much in all the mixes, but the deer love it. Then I throw in some brassicas, so radish, all different types of stuff like that. The turnips are a big, those will come later. So we plant a variety that comes up at all different times. So you have something there during that 6-month period or whatever it is. So
yeah,
that's what we try for. And supplemental feeding too, They love sweet feed, Mike. They love sweet feed.
So this is for your deer population on your property that you lease, which is 500 acres. So everybody understands this helps them get through the winter, or this is their spring crop, right?
No, winter crop. This is winter crop.
This is the winter crop. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So we do. Right. Mike, the dragon just arrived, but don't worry. I'll mute the mic when she comes in case she's spewing fire.
Do you have a tag for dragon hunting?
No.
Yeah, you do. It's called a marriage license.
Hey, I already caught her. It was like 21 years ago. So
yeah. Marriage license. That's your tag. That's a lifetime tag right there.
Great success. So, but yeah, so we did that this week, which is a lot of fun. So we go out there, you cut. Well, I'd already cut and I've already disced everything up. So all I had to do was go broadcast the seed and then have my buddy come behind and drag the drag and cover it all up. So, and all we really need now is rain. I usually like to wait until it's going to rain. Monty assured me I'll be fine. So if the crop fails, it's all his fault. Here comes the dragon, Mike.
We don't do a lot of that around here, Craig. We don't do a lot of that around here as far as planting crops for the animals around here. There might be a few ranchers or farmers around here that might do that, but for the most part, that's a little more your neck of the woods down there, and like Texas and certain places that plant crops for the deer back east. But here in Idaho, these guys are on their own. One
Well,
thing
I'm
that
sure they focus on agriculture near you. So I noticed most hunters do that. Like in your area, they'll have ag fields, and they'll hunt those areas on the approach to that field. So somewhere up in the woods, trying to catch them going there. And I'm sure the farmers love it because the deer destroy crops.
yeah.
It's great and all,
Well,
but they're
they'll hit the alfalfa fields here and the corn, and some of the other things that we farm around here, but they don't purposely go out and plant just for the animals. The only thing that they may purposely do here is if there's a really hard winter where the snow is really deep, if we get a record snowfall and it's hard for them to find food, then the farmers and the ranchers around here usually will pitch in together and take hay bales out and feed the elk. Deer, not so much, mostly elk that they feed. The deer seem to always migrate lower and lower and find their food. But the elk, for some reason, will stay up a little higher, and so the ranchers around here will help feed.
I saw that where they dump hay. They'll throw hay out along, during when it's the real dire cold time. I've seen video of that where they do that up in your area for the elk.
Yeah, yeah, we have some pretty heavy snowfalls around here at times. I think we'll have one this year. I really do. I think we'll break over 100 inches this year for snowfall, which is hard on the animals. 2017, I think we had somewhere between 100 and 120 inches of snow. I had to get on my house that year and shovel snow 3 times off my roof, and the snow was up to my knees all 3 times. And I had to get that snow off the roof because the weight it would collapse. So it was a crappy job, to be honest with you. Killed my back, but it had to be done. So that kind of weather affects migration. It affects the feed for the animals. It can affect a lot of things. And then on the reverse side of that, the drought also affects our animals.
Yeah,
Or
we
a
were
hurricane. Or a hurricane.
Yeah, we were extremely wet. That's why we had that weird weather during the summer. So most of the land was flooded down there. Fortunately, the deer love that. I think it's a security thing. They can hear anything approaching, splash, splash, splash. They know they're safe. So, but yeah, too much rain this for us. Y'all were drought, and now we're dealing with dry conditions here, which is usually October. That happens. So I just wish it rained.
I just wish it would rain. Well, so Craig, I have unfortunately not been able to hunt this year. I know my buddy Skip keeps saying, "Come out to my house. You can hunt out there." He's got bear out there that needs managed. I just haven't found the time to go. So I've been out in the woods once last week, tracking down a hot springs that I didn't get to. I thought about maybe doing that today or tomorrow and finding it. But yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to really get out and do any hunting with my dad this year, which is sad for us. But
What happened with the hot spring? It was 2 miles, and y'all made it a mile and a half. Is that how? That's what I got out of the story.
real close, real close. We were really close to the
I
hot
was there.
springs, but we weren't far enough. So I reached out. I reached out to my friend. So he's actually a pastor here in town, and they have a royal ranger for kids. It's kind of like Boy Scouts, but it's the Christian Boy Scouts, if you want to call it that. And so he takes them up there every now and again. Big group of them go up there and kind of camp out and stuff. So it's pretty cool. And so I told him how far I'd went, and I told him what direction and all that. And he goes, "Well, you were almost there. You just didn't go far enough." So, I had Noah with me, and he's like, "I want to turn around, Dad. Let's turn around." So I get it in my head. I'm turning around, And then he says, "Oh, well, let's go a little further." I'm like, I'm ready to head home. So let's get out of here. That was the trip. It was it was a fun hike. It was a good hike.
That's cool. There's Hawkeye.
Yeah,
he's
Hawkeye's
making bowstrings right now. Man, he's always doing something.
He's a busy guy. He's a busy guy. Reloading bow strings. I'm excited about the bow that you and Reaper had sent me. I pull it out of the closet every now and again and show my friends or my family, and I don't ever pull it back or dry fire it or anything. And I'm really wanting to
yeah, definitely don't dry fire it, because I want to always have an arrow in there, because it'll blow up on you. It's crazy. I did that one time.
I am ready. I'm ready to get out there and play around with it a little bit. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm a recluse for the last almost 2 years, man. I just kind of keep to myself, stay in the house, work off the computer. I don't go out much. Not like I used to.
Here's the beauty of that, Mike. You just get your little target, go out, set it up at 20 yards, put a little backstop behind it just in case, Mike. Make sure there's nothing back there. But just concentrate on your breathing, on your form. It's a great relaxation. You're going to love it. You'll get relaxation, stress taken away from just simply going out and shooting that bow.
Yeah, I got the property. My parents have property out there where my dad and I could do that. Here in town, I got plenty of cats. There's plenty of cats around here.
You don't want to do that. Pete is calling. Here they are.
Yeah. Well, I got to practice on something.
You know, they do that in Australia. Apparently, they have a big population problem there with cats.
Do they eat them?
What's going on? It's either there or New Zealand. So,
do they eat them?
I don't believe they do. Yeah. So, and of course, in Asia and Korea, they eat them. But
oh yeah.
Hey, you never know.
I think they eat them here in America too.
They might. Well, and look, the way things are going, we may have to. If you remember Venezuela, you won't hear any dogs barking. That's for sure. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. But that's what. Hopefully you can get out into the outdoors and get you some good food.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? If you don't mind keeping the conversation going, I got to look up something real quick. My brother sent me some videos last week, and I want to share them with you guys if I can.
Oh, is this the mining that y'all did back in the day?
Yeah, it is. Let me see here. Where did it go? He probably sent it to the wrong email. I was going to show you guys some of our setup.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think he sent it to the wrong email. Let me see here. So that's one thing that my brother and I like doing when we're out in the outdoors is he'll go prospect first. I hate the prospecting part of it because it really just kills my back. So he'll take his pan out and shovel. We'll go out to some creeks locally here. And if he can find a little bit of color, depending on how much color and stuff, sometimes we'll set up our high banker. When we first bought the equipment, it was a high banker / dredge too. So we could actually run a suction hose right out of the creek into the sluice box. So we did that for a little bit and realized the hose gets plugged quite a bit. And so you sit there and you fight with that a lot. And we are green rookies, right? Had no clue what we're doing. We just invested like $2,000 into this thing. We wanted to go out and play around with it, try to learn how to do it. So we went out and we used the suction hose, the dredge part of it first. We had about a 2-inch or 2.5-inch hose, which now in hindsight, I wish I had at least a 3-inch. And so we were sucking gravel up through the hose, through the high banker. found a little bit of color, and we got tired of fighting that thing. So we thought, well, let's just shovel this stuff in some 5-gallon buckets and then go dump it in the high banker into the sluice box. So we did that for a while, and that really killed my back. We dug a pretty good sized hole in the creek, and then I can't stand to do things the hard way. So um, we designed a wash plant where we can actually use equipment to dig the material, haul the material, dump the material into the wash plant. The wash plant washes the rocks and all the material, and it drops down into I think it was like a 3 or 4 inch pipe. And that pipe, we had a classifier at the bottom of the wash plant, and so all the big heavy rocks and stuff would slide off of the classifier. All those smaller material would drop down into a catch all, and then into a 3-inch pipe that fed our our sluice box. And so we would do that on the weekends, and that was a ton of fun. And we found a little less than an ounce, and I can tell you we worked our asses off for that gold, and it did not pay. We didn't make any money, in other words, with the fuel cost and all of the time and all the equipment that we put in. It was a lot of fun. We learned a lot of stuff, and it was a way that my brother and I could spend time together. And then we got my dad involved, so he came out and was helping us. We got my youngest daughter would come out with me. Noah would come out with me. His 2 boys would come out with him. So it was kind of a family affair there for a while. It was a lot of fun. We still have all the equipment. I actually built a gold room. And so the gold room, after you get material out of your sluice box and it's broke down into fines, then you take that in the gold room, and that's a whole nother process that you go through. So you got a gold wheel there, and you got what we call a mini sluice. So you just keep refining it and refining it and refining it. And that was, part of us being in the great outdoors. Weather plays a big part on that. Obviously, when the creek's high because of spring runoff, that's not a good time to go, playing around in the creek. This time of year, you're wrapping it up, so you got a small window there between early summer and fall that you can, here in Idaho, that you can go play around. Here in Idaho, when I go play around, some people maybe go out there when there's still snow on the ground or ice. Not me. I usually work between May and 1st October, and that's really my window that I like working. And other than that, I shut everything down. I don't want my pumps freezing up and cracking and having issues like that. And so Wes and I probably have altogether, well, just in small equipment, we've got probably well over $5,000. Then the gold room is probably another at least $5,000 just for the structure, because it's 16 foot long by like 8 foot wide. It was one of those storage sheds. I got it for free off of a job. I just had to haul it 2 hours north. So I got a flatbed trailer, and they picked it up with a track hoe, set it on the trailer for me. We strapped it down, and I hauled it north. And so we remodeled that. We put lighting in it. We put a little potbelly stove in it because spring and fall are cold. We put shelves in there. I mean, we totally designed that thing for our gold room. It was really cool how we had everything set up. All of our equipment was in there. It was lockable. It was like a little cabin. And then the wash plant, you'll like this story. So my mom and dad had an old oil fireplace or heating unit in the house, and that was obsolete. So they had a big, like 200-gallon holding tank for the oil, right? The heating oil. They took that out years and years and years ago, and it was just kind of sitting around the yard. So I just cannot stand to kill my back and do shit the hard way. So Wes and I had been out there prospecting, out there using using the equipment. It was killing my back. So I said, Wes, I can't do this much longer. We have to figure out a way that we can use equipment. Of course, we're addicted to Gold Rush on Discovery Channel, and we did a lot of research. We watched the show. We did a lot of research. We went and looked at other things, other people doing things, other videos, other YouTube videos. I mean, we did a lot of research before we invested any time or money into this thing. So this old heating tank was sitting out back, and I told Wes, well, what if we took this tank and we cut it in half? And my grandfather had an old boat trailer sitting out back that my dad wasn't using. So long story short, what we did was we cut this tank in half. We spliced it together, welded it together. We built some angle iron bracing on my grandpa's old boat trailer and put this wash plant on there at an angle, and that's how we hauled it around. We put a water system, sprinkler system around the tank, around the wash plant. So as you dump material in there, it had I think it was 1.25 inch pipe with high pressure nozzles on it, spraying into that old holding tank, that old that old heating tank. And then at the bottom of it, on the back of it, is where we put the classifier, what they call the grizzly bars. So as that material washed down there, all the big rocks and stuff kind of washed right off the back of it. And then we took a 55-gallon barrel. We cut the top of it out of it. We mounted it right under the grizzly bars. So all that material went through the grizzly bars and dropped right into that 55-gallon barrel. And then we had a nozzle that we welded onto that went from the 55-gallon barrel into a 3-inch pipe that gravity fed down the hill into the the sluice box. And so we engineered all of that. We put all that together. We used what we had around the house, and we made it work. And it worked really, really good. We had a lot of fun with that for a whole summer. We were out there digging in the creek, and we used my friend's tractor to haul the material and stuff. So we had a Mini X out there digging the hole. I'd run the Mini X and dig the material, and Wes would grab it with the tractor bucket and haul it over to the wash plant, dump it in the wash plant. And my dad would try to keep the wash plant and the sluice box going. And it was just a lot of fun, man. Engineering things.
Somebody in chat's asking, do you have any pics?
Yeah, my brother sent it to me. Let me find it. I think he sent it to the wrong email. I can forward it to myself and show you guys. But anyway, that's just part of the great outdoors. So that's just something that we're out in nature. We were working together as a family. Something that we absolutely love doing. You know, we did it together, and you know, I'm the creative brain. So is my brother. My brother is just as creative as I am. But I started designing it in my head and started kind of drawing it out for my brother on a piece of paper. And I'm also good with my hands, but my brother, you know, probably a little bit better than me. He's 5 years younger than me. So he went to work on, you know, cutting and grinding, and we were welding everything together. And we even bought a welder for this project. I think we spent $400 on a Lincoln to make sure that we had the equipment to do this stuff. So like I said, when I say we've got money invested in this thing, it ain't no joke, man. We got a lot of money invested into gold mining. And I know Jason from Idaho. He's been in here a few times, and I've talked to him a couple times. He's got some claims southeast of me. And so I told him, dude, we got to get together and have some coffee and talk about this. I'd like to go up on your claim and just poke around a little bit. He claims that they're productive and they have gold. So I don't know. We'll check it out. Have you ever done anything like that before?
Never. You know, and that's why it interests me. So do you ever find just raw gold right on the surface in these creeks? Does that ever happen? like a nugget or something.
Let me share a story with you guys. Give me just a minute here. I want to forward these to me so I can see if I can share with you guys. All right.
Yeah, we need to see documentation. We
give
want to
me
see
just
if you had hair at one point in time in your life.
I did have hair at one point. Yep. 1 point.
I know. I remember seeing it.
Trying to figure out how to forward these things without this fly attacking me.
Pestilence. It will be here. They said they said these days would come, Mike.
Yeah. Well, I had to keep my window open the other day because I had the house so hot with the fireplace. I had to open my window. It doesn't have a screen on it, and
I just got me one of those curtains that goes over the door with a magnet, the little bug screen. It works great, Mike. Get one.
Oh, why is this not allowing me? Why can't he send this to me?
Oh, Pappy sent you a picture.
All right, hold on. I can only do one thing at a time.
Pappy's got a setup in his backyard in the city.
This will not allow me. I don't know why this will not allow me to forward it. Well, let me see what I can do here.
Mike, maybe you could draw him a picture.
Maybe. I'll figure this out. Just give me just a minute here.
Hawkeye said he had hair once. I don't believe it. I think Hawkeye was born and he looked just like that. Well, I'm sure he did when he was born. But he stayed that way. Just kidding, Hawk.
Okay, hold on. I almost got her figured out. If I can remember my password to get in. That's always the fun part.
I'm sure you're better at the outdoors than you are at this computer stuff, so it's all good, Mike. We never did this before. A lot of us. It's a new thing.
All right, I think I'm almost there. Still thinking. Keeps asking me if I'm a robot. Oh, there we go. There's the problem. I don't remember what my... Oh, all right. Well, maybe if I took my cap blocks off.
How many bicycles are in these pictures, Mike? That's what it's asking. And you know what's funny? I always mess up. I'm like, I don't know. Is that a bike in the back? It looks kind of like a bike back there.
Problem is me remembering passwords. Ugh.
You might be a robot, Mike.
Well, I guess my brother's going to have to send this stuff to me to my other email because I cannot figure out how to forward
now,
this
let me
stuff.
ask you this, because y'all did that, and I know Gold Rush inspired you.
Oh, absolutely,
100%. Way back when they had it was, oh gosh, what was it called? Gold Fever was the name of the show on the Outdoor Channel.
Mm-hmm.
Had a catchy song. Yeah, go, fee, 5. That was the theme song. But and it was that Massey. I think the guy's name was Massey, the Buzzardite. That's what they called him. But it was a big community. But a lot of people, what they did was, I guess, made a co-op. They would all get together and work land together, because apparently it's all about moving the most dirt to get that gold, to make a profit. So from what I gather.
Why is my Yahoo account not allowing me to forward emails? This is driving me nuts.
Yahoo? That sounds like something Google would do.
It's not allowing me to forward anything to my other email to pull it up on screen.
Oh, Bonnie said there's nothing wrong with being bald, Mike.
No, I don't mind being bald. I save a lot of money being bald.
Yeah, you're right.
I save a lot of money being bald. Think of how big my shampoo bill is not.
Is not. It's a good look.
Is not. Well, I'm sorry. That stuff irritates the heck out of me, so I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. I just have to have my brother send it to me on my other email because it will not allow me to forward it.
Hey, why don't we drop a link? Let's get some people.
Let's drop a link.
Yeah.
Let's drop a link. Here's the link. You guys want to call in? Man, that frustrates the heck out of me. I'm not gonna lie. I just want to. Oh,
well.
I can't stand it when technology does not work the way I want it to work.
Yeah, look at mine.
And my brother worked hard on getting those videos to me too. He blew my phone up after I think it was the show that you did, Craig, when I was at my dad's house and I took the day off, that Saturday off.
Yes.
And you and Brock were doing that show, and I was kind of
he didn't show up. It was me wrecking the train alone. I wrecked the train alone that day.
So he was listening to that show, and he blew my phone up with all these photos and the video and stuff. We got Monty here. We'll bring him in. But yeah, he wanted to share that stuff because we were talking about it, and then I can't even access it. So if my brother's listening right now, if you're listening to the show, Wes, you're going to have to send it to my other email because I cannot access it for some reason. I don't know. Good morning, Monty. How are you? You there, Monty?
He's probably asleep. Oh, there he is. I thought he was asleep.
We are doing fine on this Saturday morning.
I set in my avatar. Sorry. Don't worry. Craig's not very good at sending emails either.
Yeah, I messed up yesterday. You're right.
Hang on.
You didn't get one, Diamond didn't get one, and Ken didn't get one. It was. Oh, look at.
So check this out. Hawkeye is going to show us his bowstring making machine here. How's it going, Hawkeye? Good morning, brother.
Good, man. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah,
we can hear you. Fine.
I wonder what his wife thinks about this behavior. He's down in his lair.
I'm in the garage, man.
See?
Yeah. My wife's working at the restaurant.
Oh, that's good. Hey, good.
So you're making bowstrings. We take it this morning.
Yeah. So I got this Hoyt bow that I showed you guys last weekend, and Hoyt will not give you the specifics for building their strings. So I had to go and I had to take a picture off the web, and then I actually put it into CAD and I measured where all the servings go.
Gotcha.
So
what a pain in the behind, huh?
Yeah, it is a pain in the butt.
I would switch to a bear bow. That's what I would do.
Well,
because I've never
I shoot Elite. So
okay.
Elite gives you actual mechanical drawings of their strings. So I mean they're perfect. But Hoyt's one of the weird ones. Hoyt and Matthews, they don't like to give out their information, and I don't know why that is, because guys that make their own bowstrings need that.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. I know it's a stupid practice, if you ask me. But
it is stupid.
We'll jump back to the bowstring here in a second. I want to ask you and Monty both a question real quick. What do you guys think about the topic of getting out in the great outdoors and playing around and trying to find a little bit of color, a little bit of gold? What do you guys think?
I think that's incredible, man. I wish I lived in an area that I could do that. I'd be all over that.
What do you think, Monty?
I can already see it right now. It'd be Liberty Warrior Nation Brothers Gold Ink. Gold Ink. That's the name of it. You and Wes and your dad. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's stressful, but it is a lot of fun. It's probably one of my favorite hobbies to do.
Yeah, but you also get relaxation out of that too, somewhat.
Oh, absolutely. But me, I like everything to work a certain way. And, if anybody's watched the show Gold Rush, especially the first 3 years, the first 3 seasons of Gold Rush, when they had all of those, well, they had them forever, but it was the biggest ones were, I think, in the first 3 seasons when they crashed things and break things and things would blow up and burn up. That was definitely us. We had train wrecks on the gold mine for it just happens. You can't stop it. I don't care how well you prep and plan for it. There's always something that you don't see. There's always something hiding there to get you. And it happens, man. It happens. We should have put cameras up all over that place. We'd probably be millionaires by now.
Look at Hawkeye. He's amazing me. He's like a mad scientist in here. This is great.
Things always kind of get interesting, though, when you start handling sticks of dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can go fishing with them. You can go dig gold and, you
don't want to do
gold.
any city gold harvesting or gold prospecting. That's that'd be illegal.
I see where you're going with that. Yeah, that's illegal.
Well, gold's up around $1,700 or $1,800 an ounce, and it has been as high as $2,400 or $2,600 an ounce. So you get in a tough situation if you have the opportunity to go out there and grab a little bit of that stuff. It could pay the bills. It really could.
Boy, no kidding.
And I'm gonna go start hunting down some rappers. Taking them out.
I'm gonna have to get my gold from teeth.
Start taking their bling bling.
How much weight have you pulled out, Mike?
Just under an ounce. Just under an ounce. A little under an ounce. But that's not from just one little expedition. That was from all the stuff that we'd done over at least a whole summer. We got just under an ounce, and we worked our asses off for it. We learned a lot. Big learning curve there. We've got John. Let's bring John into the panel. Morning, hey, John. How are you?
Contest winner.
Hey, everybody. Good morning.
Morning.
Craig, how's it going?
How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
Man, I'm just ready to get in the woods.
Man, I hear you. We only muzzle loader is next weekend. So
and I don't do much of that. It's just not worth the time. I think you and I are in the same area.
Yeah, we're in area 4, and
we're only allowed three deer.
Bullshit.
Only three deer. I mean, I get one. I get one per year, and you guys only get 3.
We were at 6.
It used to be 6.
It was 6, and then some political one of these people who think they got elected, I guess, but we now know that none of them are. They're all baloney because they proved it to us last year.
Well, Craig, part of it was the flood we had in 2016.
Yep.
And the other part of it was, believe it or not, people were not turning in the tags in our area. So WFL took it as they weren't killing deer. So that was the other part of it, which is totally false.
Yep.
There's plenty of deer.
Yeah, I mean, overabundance of it.
And my lease is along the Amite River, and I know you know where that is. So.
Oh, yeah. Look, we used to, as a matter of fact, I spent a little time at Blythewood Plantation in Amite after Hurricane Katrina. We had to live there for a little while.
Right.
But beautiful area there. But tell me more about it, John.
With the lease?
Yeah, the lease. Yeah.
Well, it's right along. Craig, when I show this place to you, your jaw's gonna hit the ground. Now, the lease that I have is only 60 acres, but it is nestled in between a 300-acre tract and a 150-acre tract that both landowners do not allow any hunting on it. I do manage the land for them, but they don't even want me to hunt it. So it really makes my little place shine because there's no pressure on the deer. And actually, my lease is kind of set up like a choke point. So on the entire 60 acres, you can sit in 2 spots and you're going to see the majority of the deer. So
that's beautiful.
As a matter of fact, let's see. I don't know if y'all can see this. That's probably what came off my place.
That's a good looking deer.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's one of them right there.
So you're basically in that bottleneck.
Nice.
You're in their transition where they have to transition through your 60.
Yeah, because part of the lease runs to the Amite River, and Mike, the Amite River is what we call, it's a basin. It's a river basin, and it is full of wildlife up and down. And that river runs all the way south in Louisiana, all the way up into Mississippi. And it actually has another river that joins it called the Comite River. And those 2 rivers merge together right about in the middle of Baton Rouge, and they just funnel through. And there's wildlife on both sides of it. Plenty deer, turkey in some places, but it's really a nice place to hunt.
And y'all have a lot of cane field out there too, John, correct? Near you, or is that or is that more West Baton Rouge? Where are all those cane fields located?
No, that's over the Mississippi. That's
okay.
That's in West Baton Rouge Parish.
That's west, not on your side. I've seen some big ass deer come out of those cane fields.
I used to hunt over there. As a matter of fact, if you look behind me, there's an 8-point on the wall that it came from there. I killed 25 years ago. It was one of the best. At that time, one of the best little rags I killed. It's not as big as some of the other ones I have, but you got to start somewhere, right? So,
yeah, you're right about that.
John, I got a question for you. Do you know the Roberts family?
I don't know them personally. I am originally from North Louisiana, and a good friend of mine that I grew up with before we moved south, he knows them fairly well, and it's not hard to get in touch with those guys if you're ever wanting to connect with them and get in.
I want to connect with them for so many different reasons. One, get them to come on here. Two, to get Phil to come on the big channel and talk politics with us. And three, just to get to know them. I think we have a lot in common. So
yeah, I can't promise it, but I can absolutely reach out to my contacts and go down the chain and get the information to you about your channels, and I'm sure they would look at them and then make a decision.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Roberts family. They're good, God-fearing people.
Yeah, we really enjoyed those shows.
And I miss those shows.
Oh, dude, I go to sleep with them every night. The Unashamed podcast. Yeah. He does. You can go on YouTube.
Does Phil have that?
Does Phil have that? Podcast with Phil and Jace Robertson, and it's incredible. And I sleep to it.
Is that on Spotify? Can I get that on Spotify?
You can get it on Blaze TV for sure, but it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, just type in the Unashamed podcast; it'll come up, and it's they do them like 3 or 4 times a week, I think, and great show. Go ahead.
You probably down here, just 30 minutes south of me. There's a ball field called LaRoche Ball Field, and he was playing for a major. Yep, he was playing for a major league. He's friends with the Robertsons, and Willie and them have been down there. They've showed up at Walmart just dressed as average people.
Yep, him and Willie own. He's part owner of Buck Commander, which is they have Duck Commander and Buck Commander, and Willie has that with a bunch of baseball. Chipper Jones is a owner, but yeah, LaRoche is an incredible bow hunter. Always gets the big bucks.
Even the old boy that hunts the alligators, Troy Landry. Yeah, he showed up down there at Fort Scott at the Walmart.
Yeah, Troy Landry has a camp in the Atchafalaya Basin area. He's actually was right down the road from our camp, and
well, I just subscribed to him, so I'll be checking him out. I enjoy what Phil has to say. Let me show you guys a photo real quick. This is what my dad sent me. So when I'm talking about snowfall, Craig, I want to show you guys this.
Oh wow!
So this is actually my truck. I don't remember what year this is. It might have been last year. I'm not sure. My dad would have to tell me.
Now, Mike, why do you shovel the snow on top of the truck?
Yeah, yeah. It helps keep it warm.
Like an igloo.
That is a. So I can tell that this is in front of this house here. So this had to be 2018, 19, 2020, maybe.
I'm glad you narrowed it down to like 4 years.
I'm glad you're a Chevy
guy. I know how long I've lived here. So I want you to know how tall my truck is. So I have 35-inch tires on it. It's got a 6-inch suspension lift and a 6-inch body lift on it, and see how deep that snow is all the way around that truck. Those are 35-inch tires.
That's crazy.
And this isn't as bad of a snow year as we had in 2017. So we had way more snow than this in 2017.
Now, could you drive through that? Could you get in that vehicle and drive out?
Oh,
of there
absolutely, man. That beast
Okay.
right there, she's taken me a lot of places.
12 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
11,
Probably 8.
11, 11, 11 on a good day. If I'm hauling a trailer or a load, it's about 9.
Mike, if we get 5 inches of snow or less in Louisiana, especially South Louisiana, it'll shut the whole state down.
It shuts us
Everything.
down. I mean,
Yeah,
rainfall damn
we
near.
can't have
rainfall
our-
damn near
Hey,
shut us down.
Our kids still go to school. It's funny because we live in the mountains. Our kids still go to school. If the valley gets half an inch of snow, they shut the schools down, and we just laugh.
Yeah.
We just laugh. We're like, "Are you kidding me?" The snow plows have been out since 3:00 in the morning plowing snow so the kids can go to school. And you get half an inch of snow in the valley, and you shut the schools down. It's crazy.
Craig
Anyway,
and I would die in that environment. We would not survive.
Yeah, we would not
We'd die.
survive. When we had that cold spell, I was scared to go into the woods, and it was only
Yeah.
like in the 20s.
I have short pants and Crocs on right now. I
Yep.
mean, it's
That's how we
you know,
roll.
I
I
got
probably
a
don't
fire
even
going
have
right now.
clothes to go up there.
Hey, by the way, John, I want to tell you, I can't wait till you come here because I also have something special. I'm right next to the state park, so that's my breeding facility.
Oh.
It's an incredible little relationship we have.
So you just run a few dogs in there and flush the
No,
deer.
no, no. I put slides and swings and campers and everything. They just think they're still in the park.
Right. right.
But literally, in the park, they will eat out of people's hands. I've seen it happen, And the majority of my deer, I let walk.
I do too.
I'm going for those, mature class. Now, if I'm in a pinch and I need some meat, I'm going for a young deer.
Mhm.
Best meat around. So
My young deer will be the first one I take when I go in the woods.
yeah,
That's usually what I do.
you got to take from all. If everybody tells you, oh, only take mature ones, you're messing up because every
Well-
age class needs to be taken from if you're
Mhm.
managing your herd properly.
Mhm.
And then some people say you can't manage 60 acres. No, you can manage your little. It's possible.
You can to an extent. Now
To an
downriver
extent.
for me, there's larger hunting clubs, and they are on management programs. One of them is they shoot inches, on the rack. It has to be 14 or more inches, and then some of them it's 8 point or better. But they manage. They manage. So
DMAP, they'll do DMAP. And I hate doing the inches though, because I've seen so many mature deer get by that were just cow horn. That old cow horn buck.
they're having exceptions for some of them. They usually let the kids shoot those.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, because but literally, wildlife and fisheries needs to get out of our bit because some of the stuff that they do is just ass backwards, and we've come so far in deer management to where they're just hurting us.
They are. The fishing is the worst part, what
Yeah.
they're doing, but the hunting is also a big problem.
And we
in
can't
some
get with Mississippi over fishing rights. If you want to go hunt in Mississippi as a Louisiana resident, you're paying $500 for the license, and they're paying.
But we charge them the same thing.
We charge them the same thing. So if we could
It's a
just
mutual-
get together, it's a mutual screwing of each other is what's going
Right.
on.
It's
You
it's
know?
like two big crybaby kids. Well, you do this to me, I'm going to do the same to you. And it's been like that for a long time.
That's exact, John. That's what they're doing.
I bought the lifetime combo hunting and fishing license. I've had it for over 20 years.
Yep, $500. Yep,
Yeah,
3 for
so
the hunting, 2 for the fishing. Yeah.
Right. And now I have LA Wallet. So now I just need my cell phone. And if I get checked in the woods, I just tap the app on my cell phone, shows my driver's license and my hunting license all together.
Oh,
Which
that's
is pretty
perfect.
neat.
Okay, good. That
I
is
do
good.
carry the wallet still. But
Well, look, I have my license on there. So what is that under? LA Wallet? Is that what you
LA Wallet. And the app is free now.
Well, perfect, man. I'm glad you told me about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You,
Check
John,
it out.
you might keep me out of jail this year.
Hey, gentlemen. Pappy Two Beers sent me a photo of his target practice. And I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know
let's see
what's
this
going on, but
city
it's not
setup.
allowing. It's not allowing me to share the photos.
Oh,
all of a sudden,
dang.
like it did last night or whenever it was. I don't know what's going on.
They're
with
after
this,
you,
but
buddy. You've been telling too much truth.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it won't allow me to. It won't allow me to share. It's just a big old black dark screen for some reason.
Oh,
So,
well. But John, I'll give you.
there we go. There we go.
Oh,
there we
here
go.
we go.
Hold
Here
on.
we go.
Hold on. Hold on. All right.
Oh,
Let me see
look,
it.
dang, Pappy. Y'all better not go messing around with him, huh?
There we go. Getting attacked by flies too. So this is Pappy Two Bears. This is his target practice.
Very nice.
So I don't know. It kind of looks like a Robin Hood.
Boy, looks like a slaughter. Look out.
Wonder
No
if we
shortage of
split
arrows over
arrows.
there. Whew.
Yeah, he's got a few errors, doesn't he?
Very nice, Pappy. And he's doing this in the city, folks. That's awesome.
he's
I
got
love
a
seeing
few.
that. You saw that dog in the background? He was scared.
I did.
Yeah, he did look scared.
I was trying to find a picture of our snow event. On my
Yeah, we only had a few of them. The dogs loved it. It was gone by the end of the day. I think we've seen snow, Mike. I've seen snow maybe 4 or 5 times in my life.
Mike would laugh at our snow. He'd just like, what snow?
What? Yeah.
Well, I lived in North Dakota for a long time, and they used to brag about how much snow they'd get there. And I just laugh at them because it would snow, but there's no moisture in the snow in North Dakota, and the wind blows so much and so hard, it's so cold that the snow just kind of it blows into Minnesota. To be honest with you, so I just laugh when they say, "Oh, we get a lot of snow here in North Dakota," and I laugh and say, "You guys don't know what snow is. You get some snow." But the wind blows it into North Dakota or into Minnesota. So we might get a few little snow drifts that are 2 feet deep, but nothing like in Idaho. That picture I showed you of the truck, that's all over town. So I've got friends here that make a living in the wintertime just going around to the bank parking lot, the grocery parking lots, the churches, all the businesses here in town with their equipment and remove snow, and they get paid like $65 an hour to do that. And that one year in 2017, my friend Al, as soon as he got done cleaning all of the parking lots in town, he'd head home to get sleep because you got to have them plowed before business opens. So he'd be out at midnight, 3 o'clock in the morning plowing snow. He'd get home, crawl in bed, and he'd get a call from one of his clients saying, "Hey, it's snowing again." And the snowflakes a lot of times are a size of $50. So they accumulate really fast. So he'd just crawl into bed to try to get some shut-eye, and he'd get a phone call saying, "Hey, it's snowing again. We're going to need you back here soon." And so he'd try to grab a nap real quick, and then back to work he'd go. It was
Mike.
crazy.
Well, did you see the picture of my plow, Mike?
Can you see that?
It just
Yeah,
looks
I
like
can
he
see-
spray painted his yard white.
Yeah.
But
That
that's how
was
it is.
one of the worst snows we ever had.
Yep, that's it.
And then look at Hawkeye. He's got a V plow there. Puts on the front of his truck.
And that
There's not a snowmobile nor a snowplow anywhere in Louisiana. I really don't think there is.
Oh no, they're just jet skis. That's what Sea-Doo. You have Ski-Doo up north, and you have Sea-Doo down here.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how
There
it works.
there are a lot of snowmobiles here in this area. Everybody,
let me ask you this,
everybody
Mike.
comes up here.
Jeff Riddle brought this up. How it used to, when he was a kid, it snowed way more in Michigan, and something has changed since those days. What about your area?
Global
snow-
warming. It's global warming, you know.
Well, it's not global warming. You know, no, we do know that the climate has always changed. It's nothing new. And if anything's going to cause it to change more, it's these freaking volcanoes, not anything we're doing. Like
hey, Craig,
yes,
go
sir.
to your Farmer's Almanac and look at the dates that it was the coldest in your area, and it'll be 1930s, 1920s.
Correct.
You know, and even now we're getting more snow here than and it's just cyclical.
That's
You know,
it. It's always been doing
everything-
it.
The weather is cyclical, man. It all has to do with sunspots. It all has to do with the
And
distance
it's
we
always
are from
happened.
the sun.
And they even in Antarctica, they got core samples that show that the climate has been changing for billions and billions of years. You know, it's
Since there was a climate.
it's no fault of our own. So
I believe the Earth goes through climate cycles,
Mhm.
and I believe the Earth also can heal itself.
correct.
So what you see, when I was a kid, we got a lot more snow than we do here now. But it just depends on the season or the year. It depends on drought. It depends on a lot of things. Um,
The Earth doesn't
I,
care
I
that we're on
think,
this planet.
yeah,
really
the thing
doesn't,
is
you're
they
right.
use the whole climate. I don't want to get political, but they use the whole climate change crap for political reasons. We all know that.
Absolutely.
Hey, Mike, we can't help but get political because they keep sticking their government into our shit. It's like,
true.
excuse my
Very
French,
true.
folks, but they literally just keep, more and more laws. Like we have to deal with this 3 deer thing. I mean, I'm trying to feed a family here. I need 6. That's why I go hunting Area 9, which is right near me. And Area 9, even though it's literally 20 minutes from me right now, I could shoot 6 deer there. And I probably have more deer here in St. Tammany Parish than anywhere. So it's just,
Well, let's hear from Monty, because he's got to be getting real close to that date he's been waiting for now for over a month. So yeah, he probably did fall asleep. Monty, how close
No, I
are
didn't
we to
fall
you
asleep.
going trout fishing?
How close am I?
Yeah,
I'd probably be even closer if I can get off these if I can quit doing morning shows and everything, because I love fishing in the mornings.
So has your trout season open then?
Yeah,
It's open, and you're not
Have
fishing
I got-
this morning. What's wrong? What's wrong with you,
because I'm on here enjoying your show.
man? You got to get out there and get fishing so you can
I
come
know.
back to the show and show us photos and videos.
I know.
So we can see all that stuff.
My nights and days have been kind of messed up, and also, so been up during most of the nights, except last night. Last night I fell asleep hardcore.
You missed a good show last night, Monty.
Yeah,
We had an amazing panel on last night, throwing it down.
right. I still don't understand how they took you down from the night before on a pre-record.
They said they claimed that we were inciting violence.
That's
anybody.
Violence?
Yeah,
anyone who's watched my shows long enough knows that I preach about not getting kinetic or
Right.
any of that stuff. It's just a way for them to take us down. So I'll work through it.
This is the same group. This is the same group though that has their thumb over people like, they took down Hawk for cyberbullying just because his dogs was giving birth.
Well, they don't like violence and they don't like Jesus. That's what I found out.
Yeah. Anyway,
what did they do with all the people that have joined your stream monetarily when they close off that? Do they still collect the money?
No. So when they took me down, Hawk, I lost all my monetization on that channel. So I lose all of that. I can't make money. And this is my full-time job now. So this is how I make my money. They took all that away from me. I don't get that back until February of 2022. That's when I get that monetization back. They've shut me down for that long. And I cannot collect anything off of that channel for that reason. And there's people that have actually purchased memberships for the month on that channel. So I'm trying to give them everything I can. I got a list of all those names so that I can still give them what they paid for. But yeah, they've completely handcuffed me, so to speak, and won't allow me
That's crazy,
to do
man. I'm sorry.
much of anything. They don't care. I mean, they don't care. They got their money from me. They take their money from me right off the top. As soon as somebody sends the money, they get their piece of it. But they've shut me down. So I'm no dummy. I'll figure out ways around it. And the backup channel is monetized, so I can roll right over into that one. I can start the membership over there as well. So you just got to stay 3 or 4 steps ahead of these guys. You really do. Because if you put all your eggs in one basket, they're going to take that basket away from you and you're screwed.
God, that's nuts, man.
Yeah, it is.
Mike, were you reported or just how were you notified? I don't know anything about how this works.
I don't know if I was reported or not, and if anybody's doing that stuff, I guess karma's a bitch, and it is what it is. So I don't think anybody reported me. I think that what happens is there's certain things that bring up flags, and so they use bots for a lot of that stuff. And
okay.
And so there's certain things. That's why I know a lot of people don't like coming into the chat because they think that our mods are so hard on them. But the mods are there to do a job to keep that exact thing from happening, because there's trigger words that if you put in the chat, I'm getting attacked by this fly again. If you put certain trigger words in the chat, that gets picked up by the iBots. They call them iBots. Mm-hmm. And then what that does is it flags my channel, and then a real person will come in and start going through my material to see if there's anything there that they need to strike me for. And so the mods are so important in the chat to keep that from happening. And then as a host, I got to keep you guys from saying certain trigger words as well. So it's a combination of censorship.
I just don't see it. I mean, I watch your show every night that I possibly can. And me personally, I don't like toxic shows. I will watch them, and when they go that direction, I just stop watching. I just don't. I don't interact at all. And your show is not doing that. It's just not. I don't get it. I really.
Well, if you saw Thursday night with Tammy, you saw Thursday night with Tammy, I got a warning from Tammy's show. This is how crazy it is, folks. I didn't know we're getting kind of off the topic of hunting and fishing, but you guys asked me the question, so I'm going to answer. Tammy's show Thursday night was about forgiveness. I had a warning from YouTube that material was not suitable for children. I already have a filter on my YouTube channel that says this is not for children. So they gave me a warning that said this material is not for anyone under the age of 18. That's what YouTube did to us.
On ladies' night.
Yeah.
Women who
on
are
ladies' night talking
Wow.
about
children. People who make children. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike.
But
sorry.
so
Wow.
that's how we got taken down Thursday night. I got the email late Thursday night before I went to bed, and I just said I'm going to deal with it Friday morning. So I spent all day yesterday shifting everything. The mods had work that they had to do to shift, and Tara and I had a lot of work to do to shift everything. Like I said, this is a full-time job for me. This is how I make my living. So I couldn't just sit there and twiddle my thumbs waiting for somebody to do it for me. Tara and I worked almost all day yesterday shifting a lot of stuff over to the next channel because you got to realize we got mods that need to, and I think we've pretty much gone through and almost fixed all of it. But they financially hurt me by doing that. So we just bounce back and we keep moving forward. That's all we can do.
Well, thank you for bringing that up. I mean, I know we're kind of getting sidetracked here, but we need to know this. I mean, on any channel, because it's not right. I mean, what's to stop them from coming in here and doing the same thing?
Well, and they're doing it. They're going after hunting.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're going after hunting channels for showing the actual harvest or the cleaning or the kill.
Yeah.
They don't like the blood, So how are you going to know how to clean an animal if you're not able to research it on YouTube? A lot of people use YouTube to find out how to do. So
that means Craig can't do a cleaning. You know what I'm saying?
No,
yeah, on a deer.
We probably will never show video of that here. I really don't want to have to start a second channel for the outdoor show to stay ahead of these guys. That's how ridiculous it is. Mm-hmm. But I have redundancy plans for all of our shows and for all that we do. I'm going to start. I got a podcast on Spotify to where I can talk freely. So we've got all kinds of outlets. We are 10 times smarter than these people, and we've got to use our brains and figure out how do we beat them at their own game. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're doing. We're beating them at their own game. From
what I've heard, Pal Talk allows you to play whatever videos and music, whatever, and it's not censored like this platform.
But the thing is, Monty, is all of those start off that way and then they sell out.
They change.
I'll give you a prime example.
Rumble.
Rumble
Sold,
starts off that way and they sell out because they're worth a lot of money. So these guys, they're not true patriots, right? So they'll sell out that platform and somebody like Google will purchase it. And then boom, here comes restrictions. Here comes censorship. Here comes suppression. So I know a lot of you are telling me, "Oh, check out Pal Talk and all this other stuff." Well,
okay.
Yeah, that'll be great. And I gotta shift all my stuff over there, and I've got to have contingency plans even for a platform like that. And that's just, dude, I'm putting in 12 and 14 hours a day, 7 days a week already on YouTube and Facebook. So imagine how much more time I'd have to throw it at another platform to try to get set up over there. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Locals was another one. Everybody's like, oh, go to Locals. Dave Rubin. Well, he just sold it. So, that's a patriot.
D-Live. D-Live is another one, right? I tried D-Live and I cannot stand their platform. It's not user-friendly. Hell, I can't even get on there and watch somebody else's video. It's so horrible, in my opinion. I don't like the platform. Why do I stay on YouTube? Because a lot of people will ask that question. Well,
Everybody's
Mike,
on here.
why don't you go to Rumble and just stay on Rumble and get it away at YouTube? Well, for some key reasons. YouTube is the best platform out there. It's the easiest to use. It's the easiest to link through. And their suppression of the video, a lot of people don't realize this, but the suppression of the video to put that out on a live stream is better than most. What does that mean? What that means is they compress your video as it goes across the internet. So when it pops up on your phone, your device, your computer, your TV, you have more clarity. And the words match the lips, and there's so much to it. It's good quality. And the other reason why we stay on YouTube is because everybody's here. So it's really hard to get a following who's so stuck on YouTube to say, oh, yeah, I'll commit to you on Rumble. And then you lose your audience because you switch that up. So listen, this is a war we're in. This is the battlefield we're on. And when you get taken down, you just, like Scott McKay says, and I give him credit for this because he's the only one I ever heard say this. You switch firing positions. You stay on the battlefield, but you switch firing positions. Hell, he's on channel like 40 by now. So he's a lot more vocal than I am. He'll put stuff out there and say things and allow his guests to say things on his channel that gets him taken down quite a bit. I'm just not that way. I really don't want to have to switch every other day. It is a lot of work for me. So we were on
full time. So
yeah, I'm doing this full time.
Right. It's not
channel 2.
Not
yeah, channel 2. We were on channel 2 for over 4 or 5 months. And so that's how we built a big following. It was work maintaining that channel, but everything was there. So the shift is happening right now, and we just got to shift.
Camo Carl puts it the best. Battles are fought on battlefields, not alone in some empty field. And YouTube is the big field.
It is.
It is. Mm-hmm. It's Gettysburg, man.
Hey, I got to jump off, guys, but I love you. And I'm glad y'all are here. How long are you going, Mike? How much further you gotta go?
Just a little while longer. Just a little while longer.
Right. I'm just being instructed by the dragon. I need to get some things done.
Craig, if we can get Mike down here, man, don't you know, brother?
I love shrimp.
Don't you know?
Crab and shrimp.
Oh, John.
That's crawfish.
That's crawfish.
Crawfish,
there we go. Starting with the food.
I love the crawfish boils.
I can beat you in 45 minutes.
I do a lot of it. I used to do catering for groups of people, crawfish, crab, shrimp, stuff like that. I don't do it much anymore, but I'm involved in a lot of bowls every year. Every year.
I love how you put it. I'm involved in a lot of boils.
Hey, John. I lived and worked in Gillette, Wyoming. This is Wyoming.
Yeah, I understand.
And a lot of people from I went to work for a company out of Baton Rouge called Triad Electrical, right? Maybe
They're
you've
one of
heard
my
of them. Maybe,
customers.
yeah, they're big.
I know
They're
who that
big time.
is. Yeah, yeah,
They're big time. I used to be a general foreman for them in
Yeah.
Wyoming, and they didn't start it. Gillette did it before them, but they have a crawfish boil every third weekend in April, and they fly up. I think it's around 10,000 pounds of crawfish, straight out of Louisiana.
That's
and
not
they fly it straight up there and have a big ass crawfish boil. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. I think $25 for all you could eat and all you could drink beer. Not a bad price.
not bad at all.
Totally
It's
worth
that
it.
much here or more.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
here with that.
You're probably getting better
Well,
prices.
well,
where
this
you
was
are.
over 10 years ago too, so I'm sure it's
Oh,
inflation.
yeah, it's jumped up since.
Probably closer to 40 now.
Yeah, Triad is still in operation in Baton Rouge. I own a lawn and landscape business, and they're one of my customers, as a matter of fact. They're good
Small
people.
world. Small
It is
world.
a small world.
I really loved working for those guys. It was a good company to work for. They get a hold of me every now and again to see if I come back, and I'm not interested at this time.
No, stay where you're at for now.
Yeah. Well, hey, love you guys. Hawkeye.
right, see you,
Good
Craig.
luck on that string, brother. He's working away. All right, Monty,
Getting it
Mike, John, love y'all, man.
I got to get
All
going
right.
too. It's game day. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh,
What
yeah.
time are you?
LSU.
Hey, Craig.
Oh, you're not an LSU fan, John?
I have
Yeah, he
season
is.
tickets, Mike, for the football, the basketball, and the baseball. So
Yeah, that was a bad thing there in Gillette. I had to fight the LSU guys with Boise State, and they used to always say, "Oh, Boise State doesn't have a chance." I said, "Well, why did LSU decline playing a game with them back in 2008-9 when they were hot and they
We
were on
suck.
fire?"
we suck.
Yeah, Mike.
Oh, we suck
don't
this
be
year
starting
bad.
shit.
We suck really bad this year.
We're down this year, and to make things
Oh,
worse,
it's horrible.
to make things
All right,
worse,
Craig, get
we
out of
play
here,
Alabama.
Craig. Get out of here,
I
Craig.
love y'all.
See you, Craig.
Hey, Craig.
See you, buddies. Yeah, I'll
You
see
don't.
you
You
at
you
Riddles.
guys don't know shit.
Craig.
We
Oh, here we
We
go.
are
Here we go
shit.
with the Hawkeyes. Here we go with the Hawkeyes.
we were number one, and everybody thought we were number one, and we were not even close to number one.
No.
We've lost the last two. I've already gone through 3 TV sets now.
A lot of schools think they're good until they come and get in the SEC and play that conference. And
Oh, don't go there. Now don't
Wow.
go there.
don't shoot the
Here we go.
messenger. And look,
SEC
LSU is
is a
absolutely
good conference,
down
man.
this year, and we have to play. Who do we play tonight? Alabama at Alabama. It's not going to be pretty.
Nah,
Good
gonna be
luck.
pretty. You know what? One of my favorite dishes there from Louisiana is John crab claw gumbo. I think that is my absolute favorite dish.
Crab gumbo. Yeah, you can do
Oh,
a
man,
Mike. You can do a crab, or you can do what we call a seafood
anything
gumbo.
you want. Yep.
And there's just the way we live down now. A lot of people think all of us from Louisiana are Cajuns. Well, you see Craig, and you obviously see me. We're not Cajuns. I'm married
No.
to a Cajun. I'm
Yeah.
from North Louisiana, so you get above halfway up of the state, we're a bunch of just redneck guys, and that's basically what we are. But what's incredible about our state is everyone knows how to cook and cook
Yeah.
really well.
Oh,
Really,
yes. That's no
and,
lie.
And
That's
that's
no
something
lie.
you learn when you're 10 and 12 years old.
I'm
Down
surprised. I'm surprised that every person that lives in the state of Louisiana doesn't weigh 700 or 800 pounds.
here. Yeah, I'm about 15 overweight right now. Easy. Yeah, my wife cooks really good. So
They know how to eat. They know how to
we
eat, man.
You come down here, you'll be, if you get with the right people, you'll have, how it is. You'll have a good time. You really.
Oh yeah,
My daughter lives in Lafayette.
Yeah. My sister lives in Lafayette. She's a school teacher there in Lafayette, and
I got to come down there to visit, and if I do, I'll
So-
look you guys up.
So
you
then
got
I
to come in the
qualify.
spring.
So I qualify as a Louisianan already. I'm several pounds over.
I'm
Okay,
at
you
least
got to
20
come in
pounds
the
over. I
March.
qualify.
so you can get some crawfish. You know, they'll be running good by then in March. So
Y'all talking about food. 11:30 here.
Yeah, it's about time to go eat.
I'm going to show you one more picture if I can find it.
What?
If you come down here, we have really great fishing here, and I know you do fishing on your channel. And
Oh yeah, I told Craig when I come to Louisiana, I want to go crabbing, shrimping. I know I can't do it all in one trip, but I definitely want to do that. I want to go frogging, gator hunting if possible.
Gator hunting, you got to get with somebody who has a lease and has tags. And unfortunately, I don't. It's not. Alligators aren't just something you can go out and shoot legally. You have to have tags. And
now, are you guys getting overrun there in Louisiana?
It's really bad right now in some areas, Mike. What happened, from my understanding, is the price of the gator hide went down drastically.
Oh.
So the price per pound that they get for gators is down. So,
well, I was getting ready to go with the invasive species of the snakes, the anacondas, and the pythons and stuff. Are you guys getting overran with any of those, or is that just in Florida?
No, that's probably just in Florida. We're not getting a lot of that. There's an apple snails. I don't know if you've heard of apple snails. They're an Asian little snail, and they're all in Louisiana now, and they're an invasive species. That's really the only thing we have going on right now. Gators down here are really not that big of a problem, depending on what you do. The duck hunters that hunt in the marsh areas, they really have to watch the gators because of their dogs that retrieve the ducks, and that becomes a problem. And as any animal, when they get overpopulated, those guys they get a lot more bold, and they go after things that they normally wouldn't because they're starving to death. And so in some areas it is a problem, and it should be, they should allow more tags for regular people to be able to kill, gators on their own property and stuff like that. And there's a lot of places you just can't get tags. That's the main thing. But if you go on a gator hunt, you would enjoy it. It would be nerve-wracking because you really do get within 3 feet from a gator before you shoot him. So you understand how that works, right? They set out a pole with a rope on it and a big hook, and they put chicken on it, a chicken quarter on it or something, and it hangs over the water, anywhere from, a foot to 2 foot. And the gator will come up and grab the hook, take it down, and he'll swallow the hook, and it'll get embedded in him. And when the gator hunters show up, they see their lines down in the water, and they literally grab the rope and they pull it up slowly, and they pull the gator up, and the other guy in the boat is sitting there with a gun. And as soon as he sees his head, pow, they pop him. And sometimes the gators fight. I know y'all guys have seen Swamp People.
Yeah.
A lot of times those gators fight. A lot of times they just come up and they just sit there and you just shoot them and it's nothing to it. But when you pull up a gator that's 10 foot, and it's big around as you are, it can get nerve-wracking. It can put you on edge, just the sight of it being that close. I've been fishing before when they were gator hunting, and I would stop fishing and watch them pull a gator up and shoot it, and just be amazed by it, but
yeah,
that's not,
this is crazy, John, but I would rather go gator hunting than noodling.
I don't want to get in the water. I'm not doing it.
These guys and women, they go out in the water and they stick their hand under a rock or in a hole to try to catch a catfish. It's called noodling.
I know.
I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that at all.
And it's really not for the gators, the fear of the gators. It's the
snapping
snake.
turtles.
Yeah, that too, but it's the snake.
I'll be right back. I got to go do something because I want to pull that up on YouTube real quick, but I got to go tell the son he's got to shut his game off real quick. So
okay.
I'll be right back.
Hawkeye, that's your sister that lives in Lafayette? Who was that?
My daughter.
Your daughter.
Yeah.
How long have they been down there?
She moved there from her mom. Her mom was originally from Pensacola.
Mhm.
So she's originally from Pensacola, and then she lived up here in Iowa with me when we were married, and then they just decided they didn't like cold weather, or her mom did. So she moved back down to Florida, and my daughter works for McClatchy, the newspaper company, so she can work remotely. So she moved down to Lafayette about 2 years ago, and she's been in both the friggin' hurricanes. You know, she's not liking life very much down there yet.
Yeah, the hurricanes get kind of tough at times, but you know, depending on where you live in Lafayette,
it's a beautiful town.
Oh yeah, it's a very good town. It's a great community. You know, it's a good place to raise a family. Absolutely. And the hurricanes are unnerving though. They you know, depending on which way they come in and how strong they are, you know, they'll
Well, I told her that the hurricanes just follow her wherever she goes. When she was in Florida, she and her mom always got hit by hurricanes, and you know, she moves to Lafayette, now they're getting hit by hurricanes. I said, you gotta move up here north. They'll never follow you up here.
Well, we also have the tornadoes with the hurricanes, and that, to me, where I live, I'm relatively safe from, you know, the heavy winds from a hurricane, because by the time they get to us, they're down a little bit. But the tornadoes is what gets you. That's what
I'll tell you. We get monster tornadoes here in the Midwest, and
I know you do.
They are definitely crazy. You know, we got everybody here. You know, that's what I thought was always weird about you know, warm climates. Everybody here in the Midwest, we all got basements. You know, so. And I understand that the water level is so high there, you can't have basements, but are people building shelters at all, or?
No, not really, Hawkeye. What we mainly do here is build up our structures. Now, I have family in Orlando, Florida area, and when they built their house, there's a totally different code that they build by than it is here. Now, since the last few hurricanes we've had, people on the coast, they're required, of course, their insurance goes up, but I think the requirements are a lot like Florida now for building new constructions down there, and they have to be off the ground. The main thing is getting them off the ground, because it's the tidal surge that gets you. You know, that's
no doubt.
If the wind doesn't take your roof off, then the surge will get you. So
are you guys ready to watch a noodling video?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna end the show with a couple of videos here of noodling. So for those of you who do not know what noodling is, so these guys swim around in the waterways. Depends on how deep it is. It can be up to their necks. It can be up to their chest. It can be up to their waist. And they're you might have to help me here, John. They're looking for like holes in the banks and stuff, and they stick they stick their hands and their arms all the way into these holes, and they're feeling around for catfish. And what they do is, if they do find a catfish, they basically let the catfish kind of swallow their hand a little bit.
Their hand in their mouth, and
correct. And then they grab these big giant catfish and they pull them out. Now, why I don't want to do this is because there's other things in these holes, snapping turtles. I'm more afraid of even snakes, like the water moccasins and the copperheads and stuff like that.
Correct. They can bite underwater. They can absolutely get you underwater.
Correct. So here we go. Here's a guy. This is on National Geographic.
Some of them use their feet to go down at first and touch the cat, see if a catfish is in there. I'm like, you're too brave. Nope.
No, thank you. All right, can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can hear the volume on this, please, as soon as I start playing it?
against anybody hunting or fishing. It's just, this is my second nature.
Yeah, we hear it.
You can hear it?
I hear it on here.
Okay.
It's a little low though.
Lee goes under for another try in a drenching downpour. Once agitated, the catfish may do more than bite. They also use their bodies as battering rams.
I've had them come up you right in the throat when you're coming out.
Lee swims close up to the lurking catfish while Mark waits for the signal. Down below, Lee burrows in a rock bed, feeling for the telltale flesh and the powerful chomp. At last, after 7 long hours spent hunting, poking, and prodding at Oklahoma lakes, success. It's a colossal catfish.
Let's get ready for you both. How's that one?
Lee pulls the catfish off his arm. His son carries the huge fish to the boat to put in a tub.
That's a nice one.
They estimate the fish weighs a formidable 50 pounds. It's a monster, but Lee fears it's still too small to take top fish.
You want some glory to show people, hey, look at what we can catch. People think we're crazy anyways.
Yep.
24 hours. Lightning storms and raging rivers. Now, for America's top catfish grabblers, it's the moment of truth. The annual Okie Noodling Tournament's grand finale. Time to see who's caught the biggest whopper barehanded.
Oklahoma, here we are again. The 8th annual world's largest noodling tournament in the world here in Oklahoma.
Wow, he's got a big as dip in his cheek as one of those catfish.
Have you ever watched Hannah Barron? I think she's Oklahoma, maybe, or somewhere near. She noodles a lot.
Competitors watch the judges closely. After a day and night spent noodling, they've pulled up colossal catfish, big as their own children.
It's the guy that's got the best opportunity on the day with the fish that's in the hole that day. It's not a matter who's number one, who's number two. We're all good. We all love what we do. We all love our sport.
The crowd gathers at the podium for the results.
Now, what you've been waiting for, the biggest fish, 60.2 pounds. Chad Lamb, where you at, man?
Winner of the day, Oklahoma noodler Chad Lamb with a whopper as big as a bathtub, weighing in at 60.2 pounds. And for local legend Lee McFarland,
Second runner-up stringer at 120.2. Lee McFarland, where are you at, my friend? Lee is the man.
it's been a celebration of a passionate family tradition. And the noodler remains committed to what he sees as the true value of the tournament and the sport itself.
I mean, it's you, one-on-one against Mother Nature. It's not really about winning. It's not really about losing. It's the thing about a bunch of noodlers getting together and let's talk about it. Let's keep the sport alive.
Oh, I wonder how well that cigarette stayed lit if he used to go down underneath the water for that fish. Come on now.
Man, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway.
So a buddy out of mine ran out here at the East City Lake. First time right up underneath a boat ramp, there's a hole, and it's concrete boat ramp. So he went down underneath there. First time noodle. He come up and that catfish spun on his arm. He still has the scars on his arm.
Yeah. So, you know, that for those of you who've never heard of noodling or never seen the video of noodling, that's how it's done. And that's one fishing trip I would probably not do. It's just,
that's one I would watch from the bank. I'm not getting in the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another thing that is big down here is shooting fish with bows. And
yeah, no, I would do that. Absolutely.
You would enjoy that. They do it at night, of course, and they get these mud boats, and they put they put a generator on it for the lighting, and they light up these little bayous and little backwater places, and because the water's clear down there to begin with, and they light it up, and you just basically troll down the bayou, and you look for a fish you want to shoot, and it could be a gar or a redfish, whatever you want to do. And that's a blast for someone, that's really somebody that likes to bow hunt. They would totally enjoy that. So, but noodling, we don't noodle down here. It's not that big down here.
We get big catfish here, and we don't noodle here.
Yeah.
I'd rather use a rod to catch catfish.
That's why we have rod and reels.
Yep. So what are you doing there, Hawkeye? I got you on the big screen, so everybody's watching you. You want to explain to us a little bit what you're doing with that bow string?
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if you can
rapping
see here. I'm serving the loop. Okay. Before I'm serving the loop right here before I stretch it. So you need to stretch the string for like 2 hours for maximum pull. Okay, so it kind of takes all the flex out of the string itself. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to serve this loop, and then I'll put about 300 pounds of tension on it down here with this. I don't know if you can see it down here with my little spinner. I'll spin this around, and now this is a Y cable. Okay, so let me see if I can get that around here. So what happens with a Y cable is that your bow, it comes down in a Y formation like this, and then it joins and it comes down to a center cable, and that's what goes between both limbs. And so what I've got to do here is I'm gonna go ahead and close this loop, and I'm gonna close this loop down on this end. And then what I'll do is I'll fold the string in half, and that basically gives me the correct number of strands that this bowstring is going to be, and it will create that Y. And then I'll serve a portion of that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to serve 3 inches here, and then I'm going to serve 3 inches on this loop, and I'm going to make sure that my loop is, I don't know if you can see it there. I'm going to make sure that my loop is big enough. It's got to go around. It's got to go around these ends right here.
Yeah.
And then that comes down. That's in a Y right here. It's going to collect right here. And then that will come all the way down to the other end. And then what you do is you put twists on it to shorten or lengthen the string. So it needs a certain amount of twist for strength. And then what I'll do is I'll take measurements. This final string is going to be, this final cable is going to be 30 inches long. So this is set at 60 3/4 right now, 60.7. And then what I'll do is I'll fold it in half here. I can't see what my thing's doing up here, but I'll fold it in half here. And then I'll go ahead and put this on this end. I'll move everything down, and then I'll go ahead and put the number of twists on it. And then I'll stretch it for 4 hours, maybe at 300 pounds. And then after I get done with that, once this is folded over, I'll go ahead and put a loop on this end. This now will have, when it's folded over, it'll have 24 strands, which is exactly what this BCY 452X is supposed to be. And then I'll go ahead and serve this loop, and I'll serve up 9 inches from that. And then that'll end up, this is the first one I made. So here you've got the one end, you've got the number of twists in it, and then this is that's the yoke, or the Y. So that's what I'm doing. There's two cables. There's two cables per bow, and then there's a string, and the string is going to be 57 inches long, and then the string has a certain number of serving lengths on it as well. And then you have to take a knock, you have to take an arrow, and you just make sure that everything's set right. I'll go ahead, and I've got a couple of huge bow presses. So I'll go ahead and press the bow, mount the strings, and then I'll check the cams for timing. Now, if this was a bow that you just gave me, I wouldn't do much with the timing because your timing has already been set. But since I don't have any strings to go with, I'll have to set the timing on the cams so that the cams come together exactly at the same point where it's supposed to be. And then this has adjustable draw length on it. So I'll go ahead and adjust the draw, and it's going to be just a fun bow. It's set up for, women. If a lady wants a bow, you can take it clear down to 50 pounds with a 30.5-inch draw length. You can take it even lower with shorter draw lengths. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm using Halo, which is a 0.08 serving material, and it's BCY Halo. I use that because it seems to fit the cams, the little races of the cams. It fits it just perfect. So
are you gonna put this string on before next Saturday?
If I get all three made, I will, and I probably will. Yeah. I hope to.
I was just curious because maybe next Saturday, you could set your camera up like you're doing now, so we can watch you do that. I find that pretty interesting on how you get that string on that bow.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's
I've never seen them press a bow before and put a string on there, so
it's pretty easy.
That'd be pretty amazing to watch it actually being done.
Yeah.
A lot of people go to the store and they buy a bow. They don't know how it goes together. They don't know how the string gets put on there. It's kind of like people going to the grocery store and buying a steak. They don't know the process of how it got to the store.
Right.
They just know that they can go in there and buy it, throw it on the grill, and they cook it. So it'd be kind of cool to see somebody actually show us how do you get the bowstring on the bow.
Yeah, I could. I'll have to take my bow presses down at the restaurant, so I'll just I can probably be down there and show it happening as we go.
Okay.
I was watching you.
I'm sorry.
I was watching you as you were doing the string while we were talking and everything. It was kind of fun. It was kind of fun to have you in the background doing that because everybody was watching you do that while we were talking about other things. It was just pretty interesting.
It is.
Yeah, that's why I kind of said send me a link, because it's kind of fun. Like you said, a lot of people don't realize what's involved with archery or with anything, like you said, with the stakes. And it's fun just to watch the process sometime,
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Do you also make recurve bows? Do you do that?
I don't do. I have done them before with the Flemish loops. Now I have done them before. I don't typically do them.
You could,
only because
right.
I don't have the length on it, but I could do them.
Yeah. That's a nice setup. I never knew there was that much involved in it.
Yeah, me neither.
It's really cool to watch that. So
this was something I built. I welded. It's kind of a takeoff on other presses that are around there. But I've done a shitload of bowstrings on it, and it works really well.
Nice.
That's great.
Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna get off here for this episode and get these kids these boys fed here. They're kind of getting hungry, so they
I
just
gotta get
woke
ready.
up.
We're
They just
cooking for
woke
the
up.
game later this evening, and I've got to get a bunch of stuff loaded up. My buddy's doing a chicken sauce piquant. Do you know what sauce piquant means, Mike? It means red gravy, but we're doing one of those, and I have some deer sausage. We're going to grill some deer sausage, and just stuff like that. And
That's a
Boudin?
fun day.
You got any boudin?
I don't.
All right,
make
guys.
boudin,
I'm
but
heading to Louisiana. I'll see y'all later.
there's a place down the road that sells boudin. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And when the guys want that, I just go down there and buy a few pounds of that. So come down here, Mike, when you can one day. You really enjoy yourself. And
Yeah, I'm
the
coming
picture I
down.
was looking. Where's that? It was right here. You get to come fish. These are the type of fish we have here on the saltwater. This is a redfish.
Oh, look
Oh,
at
And
that.
actually, that's not a real big one.
Yeah.
That one I think was 33 pounds. It was the biggest one I've ever caught, but they get
Hold on a
get bigger
second.
than
Let me give you big screen for a second. There we go.
yeah,
That way we can see it.
they
There we
get bigger
go.
than that. That one's I think was 33 pounds, and it's
That's
called a
almost the
bull
size of
red.
a striper.
And they pull like a freight train. I mean, you'd really, a lot of people come down here. This is what they come for, is the redfish, and they're
That's
everywhere.
cool.
So you would enjoy that, because I know you guys have some big fish up there that, those big steelhead. Do y'all have
Yeah,
steelhead?
steelhead
up
and
there?
salmon.
God,
Steelhead and
those are
salmon.
huge, man. And what are those big flounder fish y'all have up there? What's that called?
Groupers.
In Idaho?
Oh, Idaho.
We have sturgeon.
Sturgeon. That's another one, but
yeah, sturgeon or anywhere. I mean,
halibut. Halibut is the other one I saw. That's probably in Alaska though, isn't it?
That's Alaska.
But those things
It's
are
out in the
huge.
ocean. Yeah.
Those things are
Yep.
huge. But we have big game fish down here to catch, and of course you can catch sharks too. I mean, no matter if you want to or not, you fish enough, you're going to catch a shark. So
Absolutely.
that's pretty cool.
John, you got the whole Liberty Warrior Nation getting ready to head down to Louisiana.
Louisiana's
Yeah, they're
a
all
great
getting-
place, guys. It's a
Yeah.
great
They're all
place.
getting
You should
hungry.
really come check it out.
They're all getting hungry. I'm getting hungry. I'm going to get off here and
I'm
eat
going to
myself.
bounce too, Mike. Thank you so much for having me. It's good to meet
Yeah.
you finally. And
Yeah. Thanks for
Hawkeye,
hopping
take
up
it
here.
easy, man. Bonnie, I'll be seeing you.
Yep.
See you
Later,
later, Mike.
John. Hawkeye.
I'm gonna
Mike,
pop out too.
All right,
Mike,
guys.
thanks
right.
for having us on.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye.
You guys have a great day.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody
Yeah.
in chat.
All right, folks, that's episode 20. I know we're kind of all over the place today. We're just hanging out, having fun, talking about stuff. I'll have my brother send out email to my other email. I'll show you guys next week some of our mining processes that we go through and some of the stuff that we've built. I'll show that to you guys. I know you'll want to see it. And so anyway, that's the Saturday episode 20. Thank you guys for sharing that with us and being here early Saturday morning, drinking coffee with us. I had a great time, and we'll see you back here next Saturday at what time is that? 11 Eastern, 10 Central, and 9 Mountain Time. All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you.